Hey, how's it going? I'm Mystic Mia Moksha, and we're doing something a little bit different today. I love that little train honk right there as a little confirmation. This is the right path. I am going to be doing a twin flame reading, which is something I'm planning to go back into soon, so I figured this is a channel of my heart and soul. I want to do a twin flame reading, which I haven't done for about over a year. And it's no better time than now. Using Pancholi incense. This reading could be between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies within you. So conflicting energies within you. You don't have to give it the divine feminine, divine masculine name. It's the ebb and flow, the more action-oriented, more receptive energies, however you want to label it. It could be the energies within you, between you and a significant other, between you and someone important in your life right now, or groups of people, or the energies in the collective right now. So you can see the many layers of this energy and why these kinds of readings are so important, twin flame readings. So I'm going to do a little side note about twin flames, and then I'm going to jump right into it. So twin flames, the twin flame theory has become more mainstream now. I hear a lot of people talking about it and how crazy it is, how it's a cult idea with a cult following, and this is not true. I've done twin flame readings for over 4 years, and I know how crazy it can be, but spirituality in general is a very crazy concept to someone who has been atheist for most of their lives, or with very strong religious views and cut ties from that, living very agnostic. Like, spirituality in general is a very crazy concept. It shifts your whole reality. It connects to something greater than yourself, and something outside of the human experience, and connecting it back to the human experience. Something outside of the human experience that's connecting to the human experience. And it's a crazy concept. It's very difficult to get into spirituality right off the bat. In the beginning, it's all sunshine and rainbows. You think everything's amazing. You go through a spiritual awakening. You feel like you're in love. And then you go through a lot of pitfalls, a lot of challenges, a lot of tests, a lot of healing that needs to come through for you to work on as a spiritual journey. And then, in the beginning, usually you get caught up in a lot of the magic of it. So you expect things to happen immediately. You expect miracles to happen right before your eyes. And the thing is that this is happening. You are having magic. You have miracles happening in front of your eyes every day. Your higher self, your angels, the divine is connecting to you every day, every second. And this is just like a kind of something you need to get used to, and how the divine works and how spirituality can fit into your day-to-day life. And so it is a very strange topic. It's a very life-changing topic. And so, yeah, something like twin flames, the topic of twin flames, can seem very far-fetched and unrealistic and crazy to a lot of people. And after going through the twin flame journey experience, I get it. And the first time around, I went into twin flame readings because there was such darkness in the twin flame tarot card reading section, niche section on YouTube. But this time I'm going in to show the awakening collective and those of us who are already awakened what spirituality is about, and how the twin flame journey is actually just a spiritual experience. We're living in crazy times. People are awakening to their spiritual side. their more feminine, intuitive side, and that seems very crazy to people. And it's going to take a little bit of evening out for people. It's going to take a second for people to get a hang of it. And that's why I think bringing back twin flame readings is very important, because it's a stepping stone for people to really understand spirituality in a easy to understand, magical way. All right, so that's my 2 cents. And with that said, let's get started on the twin flame reading. I go to my go-to reading, which I haven't done for such a long time, which is the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Okay, so how is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine? The Divine Masculine is feeling that they're working really well with the Divine Feminine, whether that's the Divine Feminine within themselves or with the Divine Feminine in person. They feel like they're working well with their Divine Feminine at this time. They're understanding her much better. They're becoming they're getting a handle of their intuition, the intuitive pings, I call them, or intuitive hunches. They're on the same vibe as the Divine Feminine. They're feeling like they can get into the flow. They're feeling some sort of like rhythmic routine kind of feeling in the flow with the Divine Feminine. This makes them very happy, by the way. They feel like the work that they're doing, listening to their intuitive hunches, working with the Divine Feminine, it's very much making them happy, because making them feel like their work ethic and their work efforts are being useful. Divine Masculines like it when they can see immediate results, and they feel like they're seeing results from their work. Okay. It feels like they're uncovering a lot of truth, but they're keeping that hidden from the Divine Feminine. So they feel like they are uncovering a lot of truths, but why are they keeping it hidden from the Divine Feminine? Like, they're unlocking things within themselves. They're figuring out a lot of things very quickly. They're understanding a lot of things very quickly. But why are they keeping that from the Divine Feminine? If that's, seems like they like it. They like the work that they're doing with you is allowing them to figure out their identity, their role in life, what makes them happy, their goals. Whew, I just got a huge, heavy energy just like smacked me in the back of my head. That has never happened to me before. I think I'm going to get a sip of water. This is intense energy. Okay, I think it's just so wild that energy just like smacked me in the back of my head. Like, I've never had that, but it just kind of goes to show I'm on to something here. Here we go. So 7 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in reverse. They don't want it to feel like it's because the Divine Feminine is making all the plans, calling all the shots, bringing in all the information. They don't want it to feel like it's just because of the Divine Feminine that they're figuring out their plans and having their decision made. So they might feel, the Divine Masculine may feel like they don't want the Divine Feminine to be the reason that a lot of their plans are starting to be made or are starting to be figured out. They don't want it to feel like the divine feminine is the reason that a lot of the decisions that they had to make or didn't even know that they had to make are being made for them. They don't want to feel like this is being done for them, that this is being done to them. They want to feel like they're part of the one calling the shots. They're getting a lot of information from the divine feminine, but then they are the one also making the plans, calling the shots, making the decisions. So that's why they're feeling a little conflicted about telling the divine feminine how much working with them, planning things out, making the decisions, or their influence in these things is like so it's very crucial, it's very substantial to in their life right now. And they like it. They feel like they have this for them. They really feel like they're figuring things out, working things out, but they don't want it to be like the divine feminine is calling the shots. You know, they want to feel like, oh, I'm getting the information from the divine feminine, but I'm also part of this planning process. I'm also the one making decisions and calling the shots. Okay. So, how does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? Oh, wow. Really good communication. Feeling like the divine masculine hit this card, the star card. Feeling like the divine masculine is hitting everything on, its head. Hitting the nail on the head, with the communication, I'm getting loving communication, really being there for the divine feminine, really talking to the points of the divine feminine's like wishes and dreams and goals, saying all the right things, or at least showing the intention that the divine masculine wants to be there for divine feminine, and share the same dreams or get on the same page to be able to establish the same goals and such. Okay, so I guess divine feminine is feeling on cloud 9 in regards to their divine masculine, and the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's very clear. I mean, we can see here the divine feminine is channeling like crazy. This is the divine feminine's time to shine in the twin flame connection right now, because the divine feminine is channeling like crazy all the important information that they need to know for their future plans, for their decisions now in the near future. Like, I feel like the divine feminine is getting all this information from the divine, all this good information, all the things that need to be done, all the things that they should be planning right now is all coming through right now. Little reminders of like, oh yeah, don't forget about this. Like, write it down. I feel like divine feminine, this would be a great time for you to have like a notebook and pen to write down all the ideas that come through that you need to do, decisions you need to make, plans you need to make for the short term or midterm future. Just like because you're channeling like crazy right now, you're probably getting reminders like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that. I had to make sure to do that. So having a paper and pen with you at all times would be really, really good. Or you can open an app on your phone for writing these things down. I don't know why I've been stuttering this whole reading. It's one of my blocks about doing a twin flame reading. It's interesting. I didn't think that would happen. Interesting. Okay, so how does the divine masculine... What does the divine masculine think about the divine feminine? What does the divine masculine think? The divine feminine. They feel very free. That's what I'm getting. Like, they feel very free. They might not admit it right now openly towards you, but they know in their minds like how I'm getting this huge like sigh of relief, how much relief they're feeling from making these plans and goals and decisions. It's kind of one of those things. It's like, you know how they say like marriage is such a, like, people describe it as like the old ball and chains, but like other people describe it as like more freedom. And it's because when you find the right person, you don't have the added burden of going on dates, sharing intimacy, sharing how you feel about something important in your life right now to someone, figuring out where you're going to get support if you have to go through a difficult transition at work, who to talk to if you have an emergency family situation or something like that. Like this is what this person brings to you. It's like a built-in security system for your life, and that gives you so much freedom. It gives a lot of people a lot of freedom to know that they don't have to go on dates and wonder when they're going to find someone, or who they're going to have a night in with this week, or go on a nice dinner with, or, you know, share a special moment with. Like, this is like what this kind of relationship gives to someone, especially if you're twin flames, or like intentionally dating someone of a high caliber soulmate level relationship. Is this like innate freedom that's built in? It's like sorry, this is why I need to practice. I'm like a little not rusty with readings, but rusty with speaking in twin flame terms again. But this is what this channel is for. My heart and soul, my heart and soul. More divinely guided readings, whereas my twin flame channel is going to be just for twin flames. Okay, woo, the Sun card. Didn't see that come in. It was hiding behind this 10 of Wands. For me, the 10 of Wands is just like a lot of energy coming in. It is a lot of success. Like, you have a lot of energy coming in for the future plans. The Divine Masculine has a lot of ideas coming in regards to you and your future that are very positive. They're making me very, very, very happy. I'm getting that this is making them very, very happy. I mean, they might feel like, oh, I wish I could feel more like I'm the one calling the shots, and I'm the one who's bringing up these plans for our possible future, or ideas for decisions and decisions we can make, and plans we can make, and things we can do, and goals we can have. But they're so happy. Like, I feel like the Divine Feminine sparked a fire within them to kind of, you know, be excited about life again, be excited about, like, and daydream again about, like, what are the possibilities? What else can we make a decision on? Like, they're getting a lot of comfort and reassurance with each of these ideas that come in, each of these plans and decisions that are made. Wow. Okay, how's the Divine Feminine thinking about the Divine Masculine? What are the Divine Feminine's thoughts in regards to Divine Masculine? The King of Swords in reverse, right next to the King of Cups. You're getting this very strong feeling of, I feel like the Divine Masculine isn't saying much. So the Divine Feminine is feeling like, why isn't the Divine Masculine saying much? And it's like, it's because they're thinking so much. And the thing that me stupidly happy thinking about these thoughts, playing with the ideas of what could possibly happen, loving the ideas and that the Divine Feminine is bringing up, even though they might not give you credit, give the Divine Feminine credit for it, or even admit that the plans and decisions that the Divine Feminine brought up gives them so much happiness. And to have that kind of, I'm getting a woman's touch, like, you know, like a like that was missing, like that kind of feeling of someone to round out my family, to round out my life, to round out like my day-to-day life, you know. And so the Divine Feminine here is a little concerned. It's like, why isn't the Divine Masculine saying anything? It's because they're overwhelmed with a lot of thoughts right now, a lot of happy thoughts. I mean, like, flooding with thoughts. I mean, they probably wouldn't text you much throughout the day, or they probably wouldn't, like, maybe even, they might just sit quietly next to you, or, you know, they might not be like talking to you as much as they normally would, or you might not be feeling their energy as much as you normally would, because they're just like kind of off in their own thoughts. They're kind of off in their own thoughts. But they okay. Let me pull a card for this. I'm getting that they're there for you in a very big physical way. So you might be feeling their sexual energy. You might feel their sexual presence actually physically in front of you. So whether you're in communication or not, like, they are making their presence known in a very physical way. I am getting a very strong phallic symbol here. So I am getting like they want their presence known. This is something like leaving you a gift, leaving you a sign, leaving a part of them somewhere in your life so they know that you will come across this thing, or this idea, this person, or this gift, or this image, or I don't know, something of theirs that will purposely remind you of how big their presence is in your life. So they're purposely doing something physical in your life to show that, like, I am a presence. I am here in your life and I'm here to stay, kind of thing, right? Or they might, if you're physically involved, like, they might actually, like, make their presence known. You know, they'll let you know when they're around the neighborhood, or they'll let you know when they like are on dinner. They might, like, you know, really do something like something a man would do, like a peacock, like, just very be like, my presence is shown, like, my presence is here. That's what I'm getting. That's like the least that they can do, because I'm getting this whole, like, kind of like taking up a lot of space, making their presence known, making a lot of noise, you know, leaving something behind, their scent or their text or their image or gift, to show that, like, I'm gonna be here, like, I want you to think of me, kind of thing. But then not actually talking that much, because they're thinking more than they are taking action. But they are there to show you they're present in your life. Our fate is to create an unforgettable story. So they're really spiraling isn't the right word. I feel like you spiral into chaos, but what's the opposite? There's a lot of order coming into their life. Structure. Like, understand, like, things just feel right. They feel in their place. It feels like things are making sense. It feels like they can get a grasp of things. It feels like things in their life is falling into order, lining up. That kind of feeling. And it's not like boring and humdrum. It's an unforgettable story. It's something that, it's like, wow, I can do these things. I didn't know I could have a life that I could possibly do this or do that, you know? It's really inspiring them. It's giving them a new lease on life. And let me see what they feel from you, from the Divine Feminine. What do they feel from the Divine Feminine? Ooh, the Divine Feminine is saying a lot. Okay, somewhere in time I will find you and love you again. I feel like the Divine Masculine is feeling like the Divine Feminine is giving them a real chance again. The Divine Feminine is giving the Masculine a chance again, and the Masculine feel that way. They feel like, okay, I didn't get it the first time around, maybe not the second or third time around, but this time around, like, I truly get it. They're inspired. They're open. Their like, mind is open. Their heart is open. and they feel free, and they're showing you, they're showing the divine feminine, like, I'm here, like, this is my presence, I am here in your life, you know. And so they feel like the divine feminine is giving them a chance again. Whether that's the appropriate way to see this or not, that's how the divine masculine feels. The divine masculine feels like, oh, I'm getting a chance from the divine feminine again. Fire up this flame that's burning between us. They really feel like the divine feminine is like on board. They're like, yeah, fire this thing up. Let's dream. Let's make goals. Let's be passionate again, you know? So I feel like there's some sort of like the flame was, you know, going out, and then now the flame is being kind of brought back, but like how it should have been the first time around or something like that. Or I don't know, there was some sort of like tiptoeing around the other person, like not want to shake up the balance, not truly understanding, not truly entering this connection in the right way. And now it's like you're both on the same page, and they are feeling like the divine feminine is giving them a shot again. Divine masculine is feeling like, yeah, the divine feminine is like, this is what they were talking about. They were on board, and they kind of get it now, like where the divine feminine was coming from, with the whole like this dream big kind of thing. What is this? In you, I see the depth of my life's true meaning. So I feel like the divine masculine is like, oh my goodness, how did I not see this before? The divine feminine has been trying to like show me that we can use this connection to grow as individuals, to grow and learn about the world, about ourselves, about each other, about the life we really truly want, and really truly do what we want, do what we desire. And I think the divine masculine didn't get that the first time. Like, they didn't understand the freedom that this kind of connection allowed, and how much more it opens up their life. And the divine feminine kind of saw this. Maybe the divine feminine didn't really know exactly how that works either, but they were open and willing to like kind of figure it out, where the divine masculine was feeling kind of like, oh, the divine feminine is just kind of messing up my life. And it's a true learning curve for both the divine masculine and divine feminine. I'm going to pull this card as a confirmation with where the twin flames are. What's the mutual? Yeah. Wow. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. It's a true testament to like the twin flame is like very like destined kind of energy flowing through the twin flames right now. It's a very, very big energy. It's flowing through the twin flames right now of like no place like home, of understanding how this connection can broaden your life, broaden your spiritual growth, broaden your identity, broaden your level of intimacy with the divine, each other, and with others, and broaden your happiness and how much you can accomplish in this life. Meaningful things that you can accomplish. It just kind of, it's like this, there's like this switch that flipped in the divine masculine's head that like, it's like, oh, I see it. But the thing is, so that switch also flipped in the divine feminine's head, like, oh, like I've been pushing for this connection, but I'm not sure why. Because the divine feminine is more intuitive, right? So they know like, oh, there's a reason I'm pushing for this connection, but I'm not sure why. And now the divine feminine and divine masculine are both like, oh, I get it now. Or like starting to see like, oh, like, wow, this was like a fated connection. that can bring so much more happiness, so much more sense of self, so much more meaning and purpose into each of our lives. Like there's this like awakening happening with the twin flames, with why this connection was meant to come together. You know, in the twin flame journey, we always said like, oh yeah, soul mission, or something like that. But like, not a lot of people can really define that soul mission and weren't able to. But now is the time of twin flames, 2022. This is when we said it would happen. Twin flames are understanding what their true life purpose is, what the soul mission is, and it's because they're finding each other. Twin flames are finding each other, and then the purpose is being revealed. I'm so happy I'm doing twin flame readings again. Okay, so let's see the divine masculine's actions toward the divine feminine's actions toward the divine masculine. And then we'll wrap it up with Spirit's advice for this week for twin flames. Okay, so what are the divine masculine's actions toward the divine feminine right now? 10 of Cups. Wow, and the 2 of Pentacles. Very, very on brand here. It's very appropriate with the rest of the reading. The 10 of Cups, and this deck is secure family life, and 2 of Pentacles is juggling finances. Yeah, so the divine masculines are looking for a secure family life with the divine feminine. You can see this as like within the divine masculine, they are working with the divine feminine to work towards having a more secure family life, or a more protected family life, or a more balanced and happy family life, or a new family life. If this is an indication of coming marriage and or having kids, if combining kids and families, it's to build a more secure, happy family life, right? Whether they've had it before or not. That's their goal. That's their aim now. They're being inspired to do so. That mean, and this has their mind. This is so interesting. Like, how has the divine masculine not thought of these things before? I think the divine feminine's energies in the past, maybe they're very karmic, or maybe they were not from their actual divine feminine, and there were just ideas that were just kind of like being hit on, like fired at them. I'm getting like they were being abused with like ideas that were not of their own making, of their own volition. Like they didn't choose to listen to these ideas and have these ideas, it's being forced upon them. But I think now divine masculine, I mean, they're obviously on board, but I think what changed now is the Page of Wands, is they needed to walk their own path. They needed to know that they're starting this path with someone, and they're not just like jumping in the middle of someone else's path, someone else's dream, someone else's adventures. They want to be starting an adventure with someone, and I feel like in the past they always felt like they were jumping into someone else's adventure midway, or just, tagging along to someone else's adventure. But now they really truly feel like they started this adventure with the divine feminine this time around, or whatever. And 2 of Pentacles is juggling finances. So they're really making moves financially to secure a better, happy family life with the divine feminine. What is one of the ways that they're doing this? Pets, animals. I don't know why this card keeps coming up. Let me get another clarification. King of Wands in reverse. Oh my goodness. Okay, I just got that they're gonna test out some sort of family like situation or marriage type situation. When I say secure family life, I mean like if you two are not already in a relationship or married, then they want to make you their family, right? Or if you already have kids and they already have kids, they want to combine families, right? Or they want to have families with you. They're thinking about having children in the future, or even pets or animals. So they're gonna test this. Ooh, they're testing the divine feminine with some sort of like um for example, I mean this is doesn't have to be the exact situation, but they might get like a animal, a pet, a dog or cat or something of a sort to test out and kind of get a feel for if this is possible. Because I feel like the divine masculine needs a lot of proof, a lot of like inspiration, and like they need to be able to see it with their own eyes that this could work. So they might get something like a pet for the two of you or your families to see how you guys would manage working together on something like a family. It's interesting because a past a recent You, Them, and the Truth reading I did, I got the divine masculine was divine masculine, divine feminine. We're gonna work on like a project together, like a physical project, to kind of work through the kinks of how to work with your divine counterpart at this stage of the game. Like, you know, will you trust each other? Will you get into an argument? Will you trust each other to finish and see the project through? And now it's something more like, I don't know, a pet or a plant or something that you're both kind of responsible for. Maybe you get like a joint bank account and they want to see if you'll be able to handle that. Like, how do you budget your money? Do you know, how will you spend money? Like, they're going to test you in some sort of way that's more related to, I don't know, like the next test in will this how will this family life look? Will it be beneficial for both of us? Will it be like will it work for both of us? Will it not just work but like make us really happy? So they're gonna test it out with some sort of more difficult test. Let's see. Listen to your heart. They are waiting for you. This is going to come into your life. They're not going to plan this. This is going to come into your life. So you might find like a wandering cat or dog outside your home and adopt it or take it in, something like that. You may get like a family or friends home to house sit or pet to pet sit, or you know, business to look after for a short while, or you know, elderly neighbor to take care of for a while or something like that. So this is gonna come to you. This situation is gonna come to you. The divine masculine called it in because they were asking God, or they're asking their higher self or their higher guidance or whoever. They were like kind of hoping and praying that like how do I know this will work? How do I know that they will be a good parent, or they will be a good spouse, or they will be a good person to live with, or there will be a good person to share my finances with? How can I trust them? Can you please show me that this is a good decision I'm making? They called out to the universe for this, and this is why this is coming in. Okay? So, divine feminine, your actions towards the divine masculines. Divine feminine's actions towards the divine masculine. Okay? The Magician in reverse. Okay. This card, the Magician, is determination to reach a goal. So at this point, the divine feminine is kind of backing off. Like they put in a lot of effort with sharing a lot of their ideas, sharing a lot of plans and decisions they would like to have in the near future. Whether you said this to your divine masculine, like physically, by communicating with them, talking to them, sending them messages, or you said it to a divine masculine of some sort, a father figure, a boss figure, a brother figure, uncle, like a guy best friend, or like a masculine friend figure. Or you just kind of had these thoughts out loud, and you put very serious thoughts into this. The divine feminine feels like they put in a lot of effort with figuring out the kind of, like, giving the divine masculines a lot of like prompts, like, if we need to look for homes, these are the kind of homes I would like. These are the kind of things I would like to do right now. Like, look at homes to see, just start planning for the future or something like that. So giving the connection goals, giving, like, even if the divine feminine, if you're in no communication with your divine masculine, you're thinking of like, what would you want to do at this point if you were in a connection with your divine masculine in the physical, right? Like, okay, maybe I would want to start looking at homes. Maybe I want to, start looking at school districts, or start looking at what their available buildings to use for this business, or for what's going to be closer to my work, or my home, or my friends, or what kind of travel plans I would like, how would we be able to afford these kind of things. And you're thinking about these things, like, what would you talk to your divine masculine about? What are the kind of things that you would like your divine masculine to be thinking about at this time? And so you're now backing off. Divine feminine is not backing off. And not, the divine feminine's goal was just to have the divine masculine start thinking about these things, to hear their input. They might have pushed the limit a little bit, because the divine masculine's like, oh my goodness, like, they're calling all the shots and making all the plans. But the divine feminine was just like, the divine feminine's goal was just to get the divine masculine thinking about these things. So, like, they're working together on building a future, not just the divine feminine being like, we need this, or we need that, or we should do this, or maybe think about that. The divine masculine is now on board, and now the divine feminine is like backing off, right? Yeah, the Ace of Cups, cups. This was in the past, a recent past kind of twin flame reading. My, like, you, them, and the truth readings on this channel were twin flame readings. The divine feminine already, like, kind of reached out and said something. Oh wait, this is the reading that I didn't post because the mic cut off. Maybe I'll still post it. The divine feminine made some sort of move recently that really put them out there in terms of this connection. And so the divine feminine was like, I did my job. I did what I needed to do. Okay, so divine feminine's actions at this point. So the divine feminine's kind of backing off. What are their physical actions towards their divine masculine at this point? Yo, the Ace of Cups twice. I'm getting Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups, a Star card. So 3 aces in reverse. I meant what I said. So, like, with the divine feminine is like, I meant what I said, but I put it out there, and I feel like the divine feminine is taking a break right now, but I'm not sure why. What is going on with the divine feminine? What is going on with the divine feminine? Health. And now the divine feminine is taking a seat back to work on their own mental, physical, emotional, spiritual health. This was a huge win for the divine feminine, to get the masculine just on the same page as them, kind of being inspired to ask the divine feminine the right questions, ask the divine feminine for big decisions that would lead to bigger goals, finding the right similar goals, finding the creating a future together, figuring out what that looks like. just to get the masculine on that page. I mean, divine feminines, well done. Well deserved rest that you have to take care of, you know, the other things you need to do. This was so important to you, divine feminine. This is so important to the connection that it's done. And now you just need to take a break, take care of yourself, while divine masculine now calls into your connection some sort of big test. Divine masculine's actions. You are wrong. They're deathly afraid that the divine feminine can't match what they said. You know, at this point, divine feminine is like worn out. Like, I mean what I say. You believe me or don't believe me, but like, I guess we'll see, you know? Just to get the divine masculine on this page was like, ugh, right? Difficult. But now the divine masculine is questioning things. Like, you know, they just kind of awakened to this connection and its possibilities. And they're kind of having a lot of fear come through about, like, can the divine feminine actually pull through? Do they actually mean what they say? Is this like a fantasy? Is this like based in reality? And then because of all this questioning, they're bringing through divinely a very, like, a challenge to show the divine masculine, and for the divine feminine to show the divine masculine, like, this is how it's going to work. What is it going to do for the divine feminine? This challenge. What is it going to do for the divine feminine? No. What is that a no to? I'm getting like, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. In my dreams, I see a beautiful future with you. It's like, I'm getting the divine feminine has to show again one more time with this kind of bigger test. I mean, it's a live test, and I don't like to call it that, but like, it's a kind of like a, you know, like, there might be an actual living thing involved, whether it's a person or an animal or a plant or something you have to take care of. It could be a living thing, like a bank account. A city is kind of a living thing. Like, maybe you share a car for a while, and you show each other how to take care of that. Maybe you're living together for a little bit. Maybe someone needs help taking care of a family member for a little bit, or there's kind of some sort of dream that comes through. But I see you. I see a beautiful future with you. What does the divine feminine have to do in this test? I'm sorry. And then I get like a I'm sorry from the divine masculine. Why are they saying sorry? Need to let this reading go. I think we should slow down. So, unintentionally, very subconsciously, the divine masculine brings in another test for the connection. Although the divine masculine is very happy and is like ready to like is taking financial steps to more secure and happy family life, this like a little bit of fear creeps up on the divine masculine. The divine feminine obviously has already done this work. Like, I see a beautiful future with you, and I'm not just talking about boring, plain Jane, basic life. Like, a very beautiful life, a very happy, very not just surviving but thriving kind of life. And so the masculine brings in some sort of test. What does the feminine do with this test? Opportunity. good one. Peaceful resolution. Okay. So this divine masculine brings us opportunity. And then there's some sort of like back and forth where the divine feminine is like, oh no, I'm not doing this again. Or like, how many times do I have to show you that this is like a thing? And the divine feminine is kind of like, okay, like, what is the real reason we're doing this? Like, what's the real reason behind this argument? And then, you know, the divine masculine's like, you know, of course, I'm sorry. Maybe they didn't believe you, or maybe they had a trouble believing you, or their kind of doubts and fears keep popping up. So the divine feminine is like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of sick of this. We're going to slow down. And then the divine masculine's like, I'm sorry. And you guys find some sort of peaceful resolution. But I think there's some time in between. So when is this? So let's put some time frames on this. So one is this sort of challenge coming through. In about 2 weeks. It depends on location. There might be like a karmic situation that comes through. Maybe there's a situation where he needs to help another divine feminine or someone from their past, or someone or like, you know, there's some sort of like a family obligation, or, you know, someone, a divine feminine from their past, or from that are like a friend, or I don't know, like someone that needs help, but they're like karmic, and you're just like, the divine feminine is like, no, like this, like, do you not see how horrible this idea is? Maybe the divine masculine talks to an ex or another divine feminine, and the divine feminine doesn't put up with this. It's like, okay, like, I didn't know if you thought I was serious or not, but that's not okay. Something like that. Or something about like the divine masculine making some sort of decision in regards to career or home or family on their own without the divine feminine. So basically, like the divine masculine does something without consideration of the divine feminine, and the divine feminine does not put up with that. It's like, no, we're working together. That's how this works. And if you can't see that, we're going to slow things down. But there's also an opportunity where it's like two things happen at once. Like, one, the divine masculine makes a decision or does something without consideration of the divine feminine, and that is a huge no-no. But there's also an opportunity to show the divine masculine how beautiful the words and ideas of the divine feminine are, how pure and genuine and true they are. And so the divine masculine's like, oh shit, I fucked up, so I'm sorry. And the divine feminine's like, you know what, like, not only did you make a decision without considering me, that's not okay for our connection, and then also I show you again how good this connection like can be if we work together. Like, the divine feminine's up 2 points, you know, divine masculine like 0. So then there's a peaceful resolution, and spirit's advice for this going forward. Page of Cups, like the Page of Wands and the divine masculine's side. A new journey in self-expression is beginning. This could come in the form of a creative spark, an intuitive download, or divine inspiration that allows you to be open to receiving and communicating emotions and ideas. Someone you're connected to might be exhibiting emotionally immature behavior. Take a moment to reflect on the situation and try to see beyond what's being presented. Yeah. So, like, the Divine Masculine might do something immature because they're trying to push the boundaries. They're kind of in conflict with making decisions with the Divine Feminine and making decisions on their own. And the Divine Feminine is like, I can't keep doing this. Like, you're either gonna include me or what, you know, things are gonna have to slow down between the two of us. And the Divine Feminine's like, does something beautiful and magical again, like shows the Divine Masculine something beautiful, how they take care of animals, how they take care of a child, how they take care of the elderly, how they take care of a neighbor, something cute and beautiful like that. And those two things happen around the same time, and the Divine Masculine's like kicking themselves, like, what? This happens within a couple weeks. And the Divine Feminine's like, you know, I can't keep saying this, like, I see a beautiful future, like, we're on the same page, like, you know, I'll have to, like, you know, you can't be the one the Divine Feminine can't be the one continually fighting for this connection. The Divine Masculine seems like they're on board as of now, as of the second of you watching this reading. But all these fears are coming through, all these doubts, and although they're on cloud 9 right now, and the Divine Feminine is on cloud 9, you know, in a couple weeks, I feel like the Divine Masculine is gonna bring through a test for this connection through their fear and their doubts. What can you do? What's advice for each of the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine? What can you do? What can the Divine Feminine do? 10 of Fire, 9 of Cups in reverse. It's very burdensome for the Divine Feminine. Like, feeling like I have everything that I want, and then like feeling like it's being pulled from underneath your feet again. Always having to ignite the fire, always having to bring the ideas, bringing solutions, bringing, you know, plans. So, Spirit's advice for you, Divine Feminine, is Page of Swords. A lot of pages coming up. Beware of trickery. Just be on the lookout. You know, Divine Masculines are still beginning this journey, and they're not trying to trick you. They're also like tricking themselves. And it's going to take them a second to adjust. They have adjusted really fast already. It's just going to take them a second to adjust to being very open and honest and feel like they're not being tricked and feeling like they're not, that this is all real, that they're not just making this up. And that they can count on this connection. And count on their divine counterpart. And count on themselves, too. Trust themselves, too. This is a thing. Divine Masculines have been, like, kind of tricking themselves. They need to get out of that habit. It's not going to take too long, but, like, it's going to take a little minute. So, Divine Masculines, what can you do? Divine Masculines, what can Divine Masculines do? 4 of Fire, that is the happy home, happy marriage card. Focus on what feels real. I would even suggest keeping a picture of your partner on yourself, like in your wallet or in your car or on your desk. Maybe even like a picture of a vacation spot you would like to see you and your partner or you and your family go to. If you're not yet married, you know, like put like a picture of your partner and then a picture of like a beautiful I don't know, location of where you would like to go on vacation with your partner right next to it. Even like something that reminds you of a wedding, like maybe like you keep a ring next to that picture or something like that. Something marriage related, something, home related, something about like, something that helps you envision like a near future scenario with your partner, like a vacation or a marriage or, a holiday or, a kind of home or even like children related things, home related things, around the picture. So it keeps like you visualizing what this is for, what it could be, what you're doing this all for, and that this is real. Like what you feel here is real. You just need to remind yourself more of that, because this fear and doubt kind of, it's a normal process. It's not, no one's blaming you here to Divine Masculine. This is just a normal process when you have something, a new concept, a new reality come to you. You kind of question it in the beginning, so until you get like comfortable with it, but like understand that the Divine Feminine has gone through this, and so it's a little bit, and they've been waiting for the Divine Masculine to catch up with this, to not doubt this connection, to not doubt what it can truly do for you and both of you, and for your family, like in your future. So like understand where the Divine Feminine is coming from when they are, losing a bit of patience. Like they've been patient for so long, and so they understand what you're going through because they have gone it through themselves. But it's now time for you, Divine Masculines, to rid yourself of any fear and doubt. And that might take a few cycles, it might come up every couple of weeks or every couple of months for a while, and then it will go away. It will definitely go away. We have the Queen of Wands and the Four of Cups here. I'm getting immediately, like there is a challenge for the Divine Masculine here with a karmic. Happy social events. You might meet a karmic situation, a karmic feminine. Four of Cups. It's going to be a challenge for you, Divine Masculines, to keep your focus. This is a challenge, an individual challenge for the Divine Masculines, to keep your focus when you're challenged by this karmic Divine Feminine. It could be a possible other romantic interest, a past romantic interest. It could be like a family member, a feminine family member. There's a social event involved, so it could be when you're out with your friends. It could be when you're out during the holidays or something. You might be tested. It could be someone that broke your heart, or someone that you used to be open with. It could be a family member. It could be mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, feminine best friend in the past or current that it took a while to release yourself from. You might have been open with this Divine Feminine, but you had your heart broken, or you had your break moment with this individual, and you kind of like, it took a while to get out from that, whether it's a best friend or romantic relationship or a family member or group of feminines. I'm getting a deadly fight. A deadly fight. Things didn't work out well. So this could be someone you see physically, or this could be someone you could just be reminded of physically. or emotionally during the time of the holidays for some reason. And your challenge is to feel safe again. To feel that the era of negative relationships with feminines is over, and it's not the same. So you're gonna have some sort of repeat cycle of something negative that happened with a feminine in the past, a karmic feminine in the past, come through, whether emotionally or physically, something that you want to gain a little distance from because it was a little difficult, that might come through again. And it's up to you, masculine, to push through and remind yourself that not all feminine energies are a shadow. Not all feminine energies are going to hurt you, or they're gonna have like this kind of repeat situation. This is probably why the divine masculine starts to doubt the connection with you, divine feminine, because they're reminded of a past karmic feminine. So just be aware. That's what the masculine's going through. Divine feminine, I know it feels like you've been having patience for so long, but right now Spirit just wants you to kind of focus on your own health. I feel like that's going to keep you busy enough. I'm hearing you're going to be feeling busy enough. 5 of Cups in reverse. Whoa. Five of Cups upright is emotional loss, but I feel like you have emotional gain. So this is like, I feel like you're still sitting very pretty, divine feminine. It's just kind of, it's not even a burnout. It's just kind of like, you might have been so used to being burnt out, so used to having to play the waiting game, or so used to having to like fight for the connection, fight for the relationship, fight for the divine path, for highest and best life and destiny. You have it now. So although it feels like things are circling again, it's not. It's a different cycle, a completely different cycle. You're not going to have to prove yourself again, prove yourself as connection or the divine. Like, this is all done. Most of the stuff that's happening